here's a question. Especially these days, we live in a world where there is so much bad news. There are wars taking place all over the world. Every time we turn the news or read the news on, we just hear negative news. So much so that now there's a saying that no news is good news. How do we navigate that? What do we do with all this bad news? How do we then live happily and at peace and not be anxious by all the things that are happening around the world? How can we view the world with a lens of goodness and of peace? And what do we do with all this bad news around us?
There's two pieces of advice actually that I've learnt, which I think can really help. One is, before a priest was about to be ordained, there was another priest, more experienced, who gave him advice. And he said this: there is one Savior, and his name is Jesus Christ. It's not you. So I think that's the first thing, to realize, the fate of the world is not in my hands, but I can follow my Savior in my actions, my words, my deeds, my prayer, and then leave everything at his feet and trust him. This means I am actively participating to the goodness in the world, but at the same time trusting that it's not dependent on me. And I think the other side to that is something that Mother Teresa advised, which was beautiful. She said, if you can't feed 1,000 mouths, just feed one. And what does this mean? It means I can live positively in the world. I can engage with the world in a healthy way, in a joyful way, doing what I can do. I can't do everything, but I can do what I can do. And then I leave the rest to God. And so we can be joyful in this world and yet not ignore the pain in the world by simply participating in it as much as the Lord has given us the ability to do so, but not to think that I am the Savior and it all depends on me. No, that is the Lord's job. He is the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end. And so we trust him. And when we trust a loving Father, then we're happy.
So here's a question.